Today we're going to get into the fight between Holland and Vettori that happened this past Saturday. I want to get into basically all the details, what they can do next, what they could have done differently to move forward and potentially get a title shot. Let's get into it. What is Kevin Holland going to need to do to make sure that he doesn't make these same mistakes again? Because if you look at what happened, it was exactly what happened with the Derek Brunson fight. Vettori did nothing different. What it did was it exposed Kevin Holland's wrestling again. Going into this fight, we knew that could happen. How much could Kevin Holland do in 3 weeks' time? Not a whole lot. When you see Kevin Holland on the feet, when he uses his distance, he's absolutely incredible. He can land shots and you can be out in a second with his kind of power. So he's a dangerous fighter, but he has some things he needs to work on. But if Marvin Vettori goes out there and does exactly what Derek Brunson just did, what says that Derek Brunson doesn't get that title shot? Not to mention Kelvin Gastelum and Robert Whittaker. He did not do enough to impress Dana White. He didn't. He did what he had to do to win, and that's sometimes very hard to do as a fighter. I'm thinking he needs at least 1 or 2 more fights to prove himself. How can you write off Robert Whittaker if he goes out there and puts on an absolute performance? Robert Whittaker is a problem. Marvin Vettori now needs to go and take care of business in impressive fashion. If you want to be the UFC title holder, you want to get those opportunities, you got to go out there and impress. That's just the nature of the sport. In terms of Kevin Holland, what he needs to do next, I think he needs to take some time off. He needs some time to really work on his game. Like, I would be okay if he took half a year to a year off, because he's going to keep going out there making the same mistakes, getting exposed in the same areas, and it's going to be a very, very dark 2021 for Kevin Holland, which is absolutely crazy because if you look at his 2020 5-0, nobody was going down and trying to wrestle with Kevin Holland. And now that that one weakness is exposed, you're looking at people like Chris Weidman, who's in the top 15. He's a problem. I think all those guys in the top 15 are a huge problem. He's in a tough spot, and taking this fight was probably not the best idea for him. So that's where we're at right now with those 2 fighters. We're going to see what happens next week with Robert Whittaker and Kelvin Gastelum. Much more exclusive content on that fight coming up later this week. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.